Hi, welcome to the Northwest Koi Club annual show. This is the 30th year. We're having a beautiful time here, and here with us we have the winner of Grand Champion, and this is Bill Tillis. Bill, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
How's your experience for the 30th annual show at the Portland, Oregon Koi Show?
This is one of my highlights. I will say out of all the shows, it's the first time I have been here. You know, the town's beautiful, the show location's beautiful, the people, the experience. I'm touched. The people in the video, the people doing the videos, the dealers. It's amazing, the camaraderie and the friendliness and everything. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So your fish for this show win the Grand Champion. What type of fish was it? Do you want to say the like if it's Showa?
My fish is it's a Sakai of Hiroshima, Kuhaku, 6 years old, about 6.5. It's a martinine fish. I like the martinine, and it's just a beautiful fish. The judges unanimously awarded it with Grand Champion, so of course I'm thrilled. I love to win, competitive, and it's really an honor to be a journey and even to be able to keep a fish of this quality and hope to make it become better.
Yes, yes. How many years have you had this fish?
This fish has been pretty short-lived. I got it this year, and most of the fish I like raising myself, but this wasn't a fish that I purchased and had grown out or growing. It was there. I wasn't looking for it, and it was placed in my hands.
And for this type of kois, what kind of things do you particularly look for when if you were to shop around? What would you be looking for?
Well, on this particular fish, I wouldn't have been interested, but the body, amazing. Very hard to even grow a fish of this capacity, the girth. You know, it's Mama's love symbol, and she had the same body. The fish actually looks bigger than it is. So the body, you can't get a fish like that.
For
so
a 6-year-old, how long do you think that is? How many centimeters or inches is it measured out to?
You know, the fish is 30. The fish may look over 30.
Okay.
And for the capacity of the body, like I say, it's an exceptional fish. You know, 4 judges and 4 people, so it has a future.
Yeah, yes. Are you planning on entering this Kohaku to any other shows?
Well, I kind of push sometimes my fish, and this fish has been through a lot already being moved, but it was ready to show now, and you know, sometimes things can happen. It was raised to show, raised to be seen, and raised to compete, so that's what I will do with it. I am going to let it rest, not for long. I have a very high quality pond for this fish. I believe it will become better within a couple months for next show.
Okay. And you live in Washington. Does that make it any better for this koi to grow better?
You know, my water, pretty general water. I have 4 ponds at my home, all different. All different pHs in my pond, same water. So, you know, I do different things. I have green ponds, and I have clear ponds, and I have, filtration.
Yeah. For your kois, how many times during the summer do you feed them?
I'm a very heavy feeder. I feed them as much as they want to eat. When they don't want no more, they don't want no more. I will not let food float around the pond, but they eat as much as they want.
Okay. And your water temperature is more like what range?
Well, You know, over the year I keep the water where I keep my best fish at 74 stabilized. When I move out, you know, in Washington it tends to go up and down, but if the koi is already healthy and going into cold is better than coming out of cold. So
for the winter you usually keep the water temperature?
Yes, my best fish that I want to grow on further and move on, I move in an indoor facility that I keep 74 degrees with every kind of filtration, 5 different kinds of filtration, where they can eat as much as they want with perfect water quality, no nitrates. I trickle a large stream of water in, which some people would say would be chlorine, but with the Bucky showers, the massive air, I have no problem with it.
Boy, I wish I was a koi in your pond. That would be nice, huh? So that's good. And when you're entering for a show, how early do you start your preparation?
Well, if everything was running as should be, which sometimes does not happen in the koi hobby, what I really like to do for Washington, truthfully, is I take them out of the indoor into the natural sunlight, and I like to put in green water. Okay. And I like to do it for a couple months, and then I like to seine my fish out of big pond. Then I put in concrete, clear water with highly filtration, and then I start koi keeping by chemicals. I do use some potassium. Some people don't think good, but I use it in light forms I bring colors up and maybe knock back bacteria or fungus, and then I use koi clay, and then I feed up to the week before, and then I fast for a week. Seems to be enough for me. Okay,
so you do the extreme length for your kois. Whatever is best for your kois.
Yeah.
I should say that.
Yeah. The water quality is everything for my kois. Okay. Without the water, they go downhill. I've been in the koi hobby for over 20 years, and I have to laugh, but usually go downhill. Now, the last 5 years of my life, my kois have went uphill, and to me, that's my award, is I finally learned how to make better.
Right. How to keep your kois.
Or make better.
Better, yes. So, at your pond, how many gallons is your pond like?
Okay, I have a 5,000, I have a 25,000, I have a 10,000, and I have a 15,000.
Okay, so the big ones go for the 25,000 gallon one.
Unless I have problem, and then the next thing you know, I've flipped all of them, and like I said, this year I ended up with all the fish I brought here ended up in a 10,000 gallon where they did well. Okay. And so they're going to go back. The biggest pond was built for these large gosake, but I'm finishing them the rest of the summer in the 10,000 because the Farukan, the skin quality, the color, they're doing well there, so they're going to live this summer there.
Okay. And at the 25,000 gallon water pond, how many fish at a time do you keep in there?
Normally, I only keep 12 fish, large fish, but these large fish come out of maybe a 4,000 gallon indoor, too. So I can grow in small area indoors without any problems if I have much filtration. One of the showas that took best showa grew 10 centimeter this year so far. The Kohaku, the smaller size 5, grew 7 inches this year in the garage. So I seem to be getting results indoors.
Okay. And you have a quarantine tank inside your house, right?
It's a quarantine grow pond. See, with that many ponds, sometimes I can change quarantine pond.
Right, yeah. So how how do you manage all four ponds? It's not, I'm pretty sure it's not easy.
Well, it's a lot of work, a lot of electric bill, a lot of water bill, and it's a lot of my time, but I have a passion for the koi's, the water, the nature. I've loved the fish all my life, so you know, someone said, get a life, and I said, what do you mean? You know, I'm with my Chihuahua out at the pond. We're working in it, and I'm so happy back there. But I do get away. So see, you do find that I spend a lot of time. But I love it in my backyard, Japanese garden with 45,000 gallons of water with big, huge fish swimming around my yard. That if I had my way, I'd have one more and put a trap door.
Wow.
A bridge to get across. See, then they swim around the house.
So for this Northwest Koi Club 30th annual show, how many fish did you enter?
I entered 5.
Can you let us know all the varieties that you entered?
Well, I have a lot of fish at home, but I brought 4 kohaku, and I bring 1 showa just to mix the kohaku up.
Okay.
And everyone liked the showa. But I didn't think the showa was that special myself, but everyone liked the showa. So.
And what other varieties do you have at home?
Well, I have done every fish there is. I love all koi of all grades. You'll find me looking at the small ones.
Okay.
But if the fish is of high quality, I like the yellow ones, and I love kikokadus and goshiki, but when it comes down to the main source, I'm a gosanke guy.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. And when you go for the traveling, I mean, from Washington to Oregon, it's at least 3 hours of drive. What kind of preparation do you do? I mean, for your car, for your pond, for your fish?
Well, you know, me and my friends, very, very passionate to try to do the best we can for the fish. So good packaging, you know, big 100 cm boxes for them big fish, fresh oxygen. You know, I haven't done some of the salts and things other guys do, but I get them in there and they seem to travel well. I particularly let these fish out of they were a little stressed, and they started frolicking together in the show tank, and they looked really good this year when they went in. A little stressed now, ready to go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this your first time winning a Grand Champion?
This is my first Grand Champion. Yeah.
Yes. So special.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So when you come, do you plan on entering your show fish for next year?
I think I'll be back. Like I said, first time here. I hadn't showed for 10 years, and the last 3 years I start showing again. And I love the people, you know, and the friendships I'm finding here. And then I met, like I said, new people here. And you people are wonderful people. Do good for the hobby, your family. I mean, you're good people, special people, touch my heart. I get the tears in my eyes, even when I get on the stage to be a part of this. I met some other families of some of the vendors and their dealers, and the more we learned, their families, wonderful kids, and so I met new friends.
Yeah. Through this, you have learned so much and experienced a lot. I mean, some things money can't buy is expressed here, I guess.
That's it.
We want to thank you so much for your time, giving us this opportunity to interview you for Koi TV, and we hope you have a safe journey back home, and congratulations again on your winning of the Grand Champion for the first time, and hope to see you next year too.
Thank you very much.